Hey y'all, welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I am here to do a collective reading with you. We're going to use the Light Seers Tarot. It's a matching PJ kind of night. I got Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven. What? Lucy is staring at me. What? What? Anyway. Lucy. Okay, you win. Look somewhere else. Anyway, hey. That's a lot to start with. Getting deja vu to last night. Hopefully these are different. How's everyone feeling? I don't know why I'm being so awkward. I'm like literally being text. Oh, thank you. About fucking time. She went, which means I love you in cat language. Why are you staring at me? Also, your son over here on the futon looks like a big giant hamster. Oh shit. Okay, yesterday I did a reading with these and we had no, thank you. She looked away. We had no major arcana. Now we have like all major arcana. Oh, my leg up. I don't usually wear matching PJs, but the only leggings I had, because I have to do laundry, have the big hole in them, and it's like such a sensory issue for me. So I should either sew them again or throw them away. I'm also gonna buy new ones because I've been wearing leggings every day for like 2 years. Feels lovely. Anyway, hi friends. Damn. This is insane amount of major arcana. I have coconut oil in my eye. So I use it to take off my eye makeup. So I'm a little blurry. Okay. Alright, let me get this in order. Dumbledore says that at the end of the first Harry Potter. It took me a long time to figure out what it was. I often say it. I'm gonna arrange these by suits. I don't know, sometimes I feel like doing that. Alright, my friends. Okay. Alright, let me organize the major arcana. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 major arcana, and we have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, so it's half these. Half and half. Alright. So this is very much giving. I'm gonna put the major arcana in order as well. Okay. Alright, we're gonna journey through the major arcana, and then we're gonna go through some of these smaller energies. Not necessarily smaller, but like the houses, the suits, okay? So to start off, we have the Fool. The Fool came out yesterday as well. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith, but I think because of the way that this looks, and we'll get there, I think the Fool is about you taking initiative on your healing journey. In healing journey, I mean that broadly. I don't mean like, I need to heal. But like this shift in lifestyle change in which you're choosing yourself versus everything that has been told to you, right? The whole process, right? I don't need to hit this home, but the Fool, taking a leap of faith, but instead of on something or someone else, on yourself, okay? And how you can feel comfortable doing that. We have Stairway to Heaven going on right now, which is also what this is giving. This elevated thinking. The Hierophant is the masculine energy of the spiritual, guru is not the right word. It's the masculine. Okay, so it's like the High Priestess is like the magician. Well, the magician is its own card. But the High Priestess and the Hierophant are the masculine and feminine aspects of the spiritual path. Okay? So that is, the masculine initiates the doing, whereas the feminine is more the being. Because women have access to, we're portals. We have access to information via our wombs, right? We create life, okay? Masculine energy has a different path, and it has to be more of a practical application for masculine energy, right? Again, the doing energy. So this is like, not only are you taking a leap of faith on like blind faith, but you're going to do the work to ensure that you have a soft landing from your leap, right? Your relationship to whatever it is you believe, it's going to take a lot of strength, okay? We have the strength, the lion and the lamb, we know that saying. I think the thing about the lion and the lamb is like, it's important to be ferocious when need be, but holding on to the gentleness is an important part of this path, right? And we're gonna get there because the devil energy did come out. So having the strength, it's, what's that saying? Do no shit but take no shit but do no harm. It's that energy. The wheel of fortune, again about balancing out our dark and light energies within us so that we can turn things in our favor. Taking accountability, taking responsibility for the things that we have done, the things that we are doing, and our life as a whole, right? Within our spiritual journey. But again, everything is connected, so it's not just the spiritual path, it's all of it. It's your physical being, your mental and emotional being, and your spirituality within that, right? It's your masculine, your feminine, your good, your bad, your dark, your light, your this, your that, whatever, you're up, you're down. I'm getting that Katy Perry song, which is really my favorite professor of my entire college career, and one of my favorite humans on the planet. He sang that once. The hot and cold, you're hot and you're cold, when we were learning about something. Like, it was so funny. But anyway, I'm getting that energy right now. Okay? We have the devil energy. Okay? Now, this photo, you can see that the devil has his hand extended. And I very recently noticed that he's not extending his hand to, like, lead you. He's extending his hand because he's holding puppet strings. Okay? Which is a lot deeper than just, inviting you. So what has control over you? What is limiting your ability to be at the top of this stairwell? What is, what if anything, which there's always something, because we live within this paradox, right? We live within the opposites and shit. I don't know why my face changes color so much. What is it that's turning the wheel against you, right? If there's energy that is not, that you continue, like, going through, I myself am doing this, I just need to, I'm aware of it. I don't know, I have a hard time with boundaries sometimes, but, I think we're all gonna get an opportunity for a redo, right? The Tower moment. So the Tower follows the devil directly in the major arcana 15 and then 16, which is 6 and 7. Oh god, my bad. If you're a young child, 6, 7, which is also number 13, which boils down to a 4. So again, staying balanced within those four things, your mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual, is going to be what keeps you safe here. It's not going to be like I'm getting like that, you know, that conversation that people have about like women 50-50. It's not going to be, you know, if you think about four different things and divided by 100, that's 25 each, right? So sometimes, you know, think of it as money if that helps, like a quarter for each. So sometimes you're going to have, you know, 10 cents in your mental bank and you're going to have 40 in your emotional, right? It fluctuates is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if that analogy is helpful at all, but that's what I'm getting to share. So if you are in a space of, you know, instead of this wheel turning all the way around, right, instead of you doing a 180 or 360, maybe you're just rocking back and forth, and that's how you feel. You're taking 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. But regardless of that, usually if we are in that space, it's because we need to make a change, right? So your job here is to identify what this devil energy is for you and how to get out unscathed. Unscathed? Scathed? What is this word? I need to look it up. Unscathed? Is it a V or a TH? Unscathed. Oh, it's a TH. Unscathed. Without suffering any oh my god. I can read, I promise. Without suffering any injury. Injury is really hard to have next to each other for me to pronunciate. Anyway, damage or harm. So this tower moment is either going to be initiated by this devil energy, or it's going to be initiated by you choosing to not allow that devil energy to take over, right? So we have the Judgment followed by the Wheel of Fortune, which are the last two, 20 and 21. So God, why am I so tired? So again, it's about, you know, are you gonna call judgment, or are you going to allow the universe to call judgment? Either way, you're gonna have a moment of honesty with yourself. And it's how you choose to move through that matters, right? It doesn't really matter if you could, judgment. It doesn't matter if you are disappointed. It doesn't matter how you feel about yourself in this process. Quite frankly, what matters is how you navigate through it. Again, allowing yourself to fluctuate, allowing yourself to be flexible enough to allow, you know, one day your mental to be on point, but, you know, you're just laying in bed, right? Your body needs rest. Like, you're a living being. You need rest. You need time to center yourself, right? Especially in the midst of a spiritual path, right? Once you take this leap of faith into, you know, permitting yourself to go down this path and do these things, it's an entirely different way of life. It's a lifestyle change, and there's no, you can't go back into consciousness, right? Like, the powers and systems that have gotten to us this point of indoctrinating us so heavily, brainwashing people through subliminal messages or downright just like emotional manipulation, whatever it is, the systems put so much energy into this process. So when you choose to go against it, it will change your life if you allow your life to be changed. Okay, which I know is an annoying thing to hear. Alright, let's talk about emotions first. So for emotional stuff, we have Ace of Cups, Three of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is an offer of emotional stability, whether it's a cup of love, but I feel like it's just for yourself. Like, it's this love for yourself. Before you go through this path, the Three of Cups to me is always speaking about past, present, and future, and like with the Big Dipper, it's like guiding you home. So again, for the millionth time, if you watch all my readings, the past informs your present, and the present determines your future. Okay, so again, when we're choosing to love ourselves, regardless of our darkness, regardless of the things that we've been through, regardless of the times that we've have allowed the devil energy to manipulate us in any sort of way. And whatever that is for you, maybe it's just, toxic friends that you haven't quite cut out all the way. Maybe it's a habit or behavior, or maybe it's, negative thinking, or staying in a space or position or relationship longer than you know you should. I mean, circumstances are a very real thing. We're going to talk about the Pentacles next. But regardless, the Three of Cups, so first you're making this, dedication to yourself, loving yourself. And then you're going to be learning through what you've already been through, right? You're going to be, doing that inner child healing. You're going to be learning about how the systems really work, learning about the ways that they've kept you down and in control, right? I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point in time, especially if you're here in the United States. But even if you're not in the United States, the United States has, center staged itself at a world stage. So, most folks are aware of the shit show that is currently happening here in the United States. And the thing about that is that, if you pull the scope back on this entire reading, it takes a certain amount of people to change the trajectory of this shit. And, we can feel powerless, and there are certain circumstances that keep us in place, in our place, right? Like, in a bad way, like within the hierarchy. But, again, when you choose to go against that, when you choose to wake up from that, consumer slumber, you do things differently. And you see things easier. Like, you can't go back to, like, not seeing shit. You just can't. This is a lifestyle change. So, putting it out, choosing yourself, choosing a better path, consistently, leads you to this Knight, is it a Knight? Knight of Cups energy, where you might be able to be stable enough to offer love to others in a meaningful way. It doesn't have to be romantic, but part of this path is that once we know, once we've gotten through it, we turn around and extend a helping hand to help others through it, right? That's the reason that there's a ripple effect. So Pentacle energy, again, you may have been feeling very stuck at some point. This 8 of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles, another progression. So there's a lot of upward progression here, which is a positive thing. It means that we're headed in the right direction, but it also means that there's a lot of energy being what is this word? There's a lot of energy like being expressed. And it may feel like, it may feel grueling to you, but like it may be very simple. But again, that's because you're working through not just physical stuff, but also mental and emotional, which is all energy. Each of those points have energy, right? And then we have energy points within our body and around us, and having to deal with people who also have energy points, right? Just because we're healing doesn't mean the people around us are healing, and a lot of the times we get very triggered, okay? So anyway, this 8 of Pentacle energy is, working tirelessly, right? Through many moon cycles, but followed by the 9 of Pentacles, it is to yield results. She has abundance with her medicines, right? She's drying those herbs. This person is sitting down, working hard, back to the bullshit, right? Not like going back to it, but like literal back to it. To ensure that whatever you're working on is bringing in abundance for you. Again, abundance is not just about money, especially on a spiritual path. It's very much actually about our skills, our talents, our passions. You have to reach a certain point for the universe. I mean, abundance is also energy, but once you've proven to work through this process, and continually choose the right path. Right path is seemingly subjective. However, ethics are a thing. Like, I think when we come into consciousness, we know what's right and we know what's wrong. And if we continually choose what is wrong after coming into consciousness, that's the devil. You're not on a spiritual path. You are blatantly ignoring what you're supposed to be doing, and there will be that tower moment. There will be consequences for that, right? This is about doing the right thing so that once you get to a certain point, it's about helping others as well. Again, that ripple effect. Okay, so we have the Eight of Swords coming out next. You may feel like you are trapped in your head about some things. If you ever feel trapped in your head, or when you feel trapped in your head, the best thing to do is to put action to get out of your head, whether that's move your body, whether that's do a craft or type something. Even if you just allow yourself to like free type, but do something with some sort of, intention. It doesn't have to be, something crazy. Even if it's just like making a meal or like making a pastry, I don't know. But putting action to this mental energy is going to relieve you of this stress. So do that, okay? Next, we have the Four of Wands and the Queen of Wands. The Four of Wands speaks to balance, stability, community connection, setting a firm foundation for yourself. I often get like music festival energy with this, and it kind of looks like that. And then the Queen of Wands is about standing very firm in your spirituality, being able to explore your gifts, being so confident in your path because you know that you've done the work, right? Okay. I have to pull from this one quick, then I'll end this reading. I think I'm going to do another reading. So, let's get a little bit of cosmic advice. Whatever you're going through, continue to work on it, right? Don't allow yourself to give up, okay? Maybe you weren't quite in that whole progression. Maybe you haven't been through those things. And don't be afraid of tower moments. I'm not trying to make you feel scared. Tower moments are like little nudges. Sometimes they can be straight up pushing you off a cliff, right? With that Fool energy. But tower moments in hindsight are always for the betterment of your path, right? So, say your boyfriend cheats on you, say your partner, boyfriend or girlfriend cheats on you, and in the moment you are completely, with good reason, you're completely, beside yourself. That's a tower moment. But when you choose yourself and you're like, okay, I'm not going to stand for this, and you leave or you break up or you speak your truth, please leave those situations. They will never change. And I speak from experience. Unfortunately. But regardless, in that moment, it's very hard. Trust me, I found out so much while I was pregnant, and I think Niall has a lot of that shit within his DNA now, because it was just so painful. People who cheat on people when they're pregnant are the scum of the earth. Like, that is such a shitty thing to do to someone. When you're literally creating life, and then you, like, force them to go through so much trauma. But, at this point in my life, if I would have stayed, ew, disgusting. I wouldn't have stayed. But it was such a time. I mean, I spent my entire pregnancy freaking the fuck out, okay? Being in crisis, which is probably why my son's a little neurotic. But again, in hindsight, so if you get through it, right? And I think like there's like some certain level of like emotional detachment that is very healthy in those times. Again, thinking of that Three of Cups energy, the past the past informs the present, and your present determines the future. So what decisions can you make to honor yourself right now, to get you out of some situations that are not serving you, that you've held on to for too long, that you continue going back to, that you're trying to make yourself feel happy about? And sometimes it doesn't need to be a full-on leap of faith. It can just be a pivot, right? It can just be like, let me just change this one thing, you know, whether it's adding something to your daily routine or taking something away or, you know, applying for a certain part-time, I don't know, whatever it is for you. I got Rage Against the Machine. Okay. Alright, we have trust. Trust your intuition. The universe guides you. Prayer. Prayer is a dialogue with the universe. Express your wishes. And rebirth. Every end is a new beginning. Semisonic. Every new beginning came from some other beginning's end. Or that song by Joe. It's like he just kicked like Taylor Swift off. Fuck yeah. End of the beginning, and I'm back to Chicago. Whatever. The phoenix represents, you know, rising from the ashes. So I'm gonna keep it so real with you. Before you can get to this point, I mean, these are the first two cards. The also represent that phoenix, right? You have to let go. You have to, I mean, rock bottom is a destination. I've been there a few times. And, you know, in those moments, it's like, there's only one way up from here. Right? Like, I could only go up. Like, it can literally not get any worse. And that's the time where it's like, I have nothing else to believe in except myself and whatever it is I believe in. Like, outside of me, like, my faith. Even if that faith, even if it's hard for you to, conceptualize some sort of like energy, you know, I don't really believe in Sky Daddy or anything like that, but I do believe in energy, and I do believe that I am highly supported by energetic beings, angelic beings, passed on loved ones, ancestors, you know, old gods and goddesses. That's what I believe in. I believe in a lot of different shit. I'm not a mono theologian. I believe everyone's beliefs are legit, but that doesn't mean I practice everything, right? But I believe there's a lot. So anyway, sometimes this leap of faith, you know, I'm thinking of like a belly flop, like she's gonna fall on her back, but it looks like it's gonna hurt, right? Because she's falling into water. So again, things may sting, things may hurt, but allow yourself to go through the process. Don't give up. Don't give up. Strength. You have to have strength through this. Well, I mean, you don't have to, but I think, you know, for the betterment of you and everyone involved, which is the entire collective on the planet, including animals, the plants, and the planet itself, it's best if we choose to honor ourselves and our path. And I hope this helps. Have a good one.